Ooh, ooh, ah, ah, live, learn, grow on Phenyo channel. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Hello, hi, Phenyo family. Welcome to Phenyo channel. Phenyo means victory, for we are victorious. We learn, we heal, we change, we align, we ignite, and we conquer. It's a triumphal procession. Today is better than yesterday, and tomorrow will be better than today. Invoices. They are the indication for the end of a project and the means to get the payment. They are very important for every business. Invoices have to present the information in a clear, simple way, otherwise complications might arise. Mistakes and incorrect information would delay the payment. It is recommended to create invoices that are simple and include all the critical information that will enable the client to pay. It is important to remember that at the end of the day, this is a demand for money and should be presented in a way that the invoice does not have an offensive look and feel. What should an invoice contain? The title usually appears on the top of the document. The client has to know which document it is so he can pay it to you as soon as possible. Tax is an important issue. You can include it in the item price or calculate it at the end of the document. Make sure to state total before tax. Delivery or shipping and other non-taxable expenses should appear at the end before total. Make sure you have total before tax, total after tax, other expenses, and overall total in this order. Your details have to appear in a clear way on the top right of the document. Make sure it is clear who is sending and who is billing and who is paying. Do not forget the dates. The invoice date is the date you have issued it. There is also the due date, which is the last date for the payment. Make sure it is stated clearly in a place in which the customer can see and understand it. You can also write has to be paid in 15 days instead of the due date. It lists the item, services, and activities in a clear way, including the price. Per hour or quantities. Present the total amount at the bottom in a clear way, and if there is tax, put the total before tax as well. The terms of the invoice should include when the invoice is due. For instance, if you expect payment within 30 days, fairly standard, simply put 30 days. You could also put 15 days or even immediate if that is the case. Using software. There are a lot of apps that you can use to make an invoice. You can manage customers, vendors, and inventory. With softwares, you can create invoices in a second. You can issue receipt, codes, and other documents. You have all your data handy and can mail and print documents automatically. You need to make 2 copies of the invoice, one for the records filed either by customer name alphabetically or invoice number, and one to be signed and delivered or posted if necessary to the client. Record all your invoice issued on a monthly sales journal. You will use this information on your income statement to calculate the VAT payable. VAT is payable when the client is invoiced, not when the payment has been received. Mail and print. You can send an invoice through email or the post office or hand delivery, and each method has advantages and disadvantages. Mail invoices are more professional and are generally recommended over email. The client appreciates a physical bill that will be filed, photocopied, and passed along, and has less chances of getting lost. Email invoices PDF format is the best. often work better for regular monthly billings like ongoing creative, similar to an advertising agency, or maintenance fee like regular website updates. Personalize the invoice with a small note. A quick thank you is often appropriate and appreciated and makes your business seem less like a faceless corporate billing machine. When to send. There is a certain strategy in the timing of an invoice delivery. For down payments, the first invoice should be in the client's hand immediately after the contract is signed. For milestone payments and the final deliverables, invoices should be sent within 48 hours. While your fantastic work is still fresh in their mind. Never send an invoice prematurely unless it is explicitly agreed upon between you and your client. No one wants to pay for unfinished work. Instead of attaching invoices to the actual deliverables, exercise courtesy by creating a wholly separate communique. Your invoice will be more impressionable and therefore remembered and acted upon. Sent alone rather than buried in other documents and files. Avoid having your invoice arrive on a Friday. No one wants to see that before heading to the weekend, and it will be long forgotten by Monday. If you are emailing the invoice, do it in the morning when the person is more likely to be waking and when they will be more inspired to act on it. Processing invoices. A typical process involves paying a supplier. Invoice begins at the arrival of the invoice at the company. Once the invoice arrives, the finance department must ensure that the document is indeed a valid invoice. Then classify and sort the invoice into various categories. Various categories are not always the same across different companies, but they are normally defined by each company. That is, fixed or variable cost, which project to allocate it to, etc. Once it's category defined, the invoice is forwarded to the responsible person. This is normally the person who has placed that order. If there has been a purchase order involved when placing that order, the invoice must be matched against the purchase order to ensure that the amount invoiced is correctly stated on the invoice. If the amount is right and the goods are there, the responsible person will have to approve the invoice by signing it off. If the amount invoiced exceeds a certain amount that is limited by the company, the superior of that person may have to approve the invoice as well. This of course differs from company to company. Once the invoice has been approved and there has been no variables, the invoice is posted into the accounting system of the business. However, if there are variables, for example, between the amounts paid and or invoiced, then the accounting department needs to reconcile and make provision for this under or overstatement. Depending on how the payment is received, you give your client a receipt or proof of payment document. Thanks for watching. Heart to heart, from my heart to yours, it's all love. La 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 la. Heart to heart, from my heart to yours, it's all love. Thanks for watching Phenyo channel. Take care, love, joy, peace, faith, hope. La la la, la 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 la, la la la, la la la.